Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Seventh mantra is going on. Uma Sahayam Parameshwaram Prabhum Trilochanam Neelakantham Prashantam Dhyatva Munirgacchati Bhutayonim Samasta Sakshim Tamasaf Parastat. This is the mantra where a seeker, a meditator can meditate on form. And that with form meditation, in that the meditator finds it relatively easy to place his entire attention upon the idol. So, when his wandering mind is brought to rest upon the idol, the intellect springs forth to contemplate and realize the ideal that the idol represents. This is the theory behind all symbol worship. It may be a Shivalinga, it may be a Shaligram Shila, it may be a cross or a crescent, it may be a pagoda or pyramid. It is significant that in this mantra, Lord Parameshwara, along with his consort, is meditated upon by a diligent seeker who is a man of reflection. Muni. Muni means Mananat Muni, the man of contemplation, the man of reflection, always thinking. A simple emotional approach to the symbol, any symbol, however intense and devoted it is, that's not sufficient for because through that only a part of our personality is brought into play in such worship. So emotion alone is not everything. It represents only the heart aspect in man. The intellectual nature in him also needs integration. Therefore, the students must contemplate upon the suggestive pictures of the Lord and his consort. Spiritual life is not an emotion-driven life. We only try, in our life to imitate. And imitating someone is dangerous. You have to follow the gist of that, and for that you need a very good and pure intellect. Suppose, our acharyas told. There are a lot of people smoke marijuana. I don't want to discuss whether it is good or bad. The problem is they do it by saying that Bhagavan Shiva smokes marijuana. That's why I am smoking. Then Bhagavan, if you give that example, then Bhagavan drank first the poison, kalkut. You have to drink it first. When any man do some mischievous things and having connection with a lot of women, they give the example of Lord Krishna. Then you have to start killing first from this age, Putana, Shakatasur, Bakasur, all those things. You know, our Gurudev left his home and job and became a monk. So, yes, we should appreciate it. But we can't follow that everything else. Because some situation comes according to the karma, according to the perspective. So spiritual life is the balance of emotion and intellect. There should be a pure emotion and pure intellect. I told you earlier also, if a bird is a good flyer, means there is a balance of two wings of emotion and intellect. Just suppose one thing, one wing is smaller than the other. Can the bird fly nicely? It's not possible. So, matter itself is inert, any matter. It constitutes the vehicles of expression of the spirit. The matter vehicles that constitute the world of forms together make the Prakriti. The matter vehicles that constitute the world of forms together make the Prakriti. And the vitalizing spirit behind the all forms, which is the principle that expresses through the inert matter vehicle or through Prakriti, is called Purusha. Clear? Purusha doesn't mean male body. It's not gender, that male or female. Purusha, one meaning is Purishayanatiti Purusha. This is the thing. Purishayanat, Puri means Nagari. Navadvare Pure Dehi. The whole body is the city of 9 gates. So in that inert gate, you know, the body is totally inert, totally. That's why after death we burn it. So in that inert expression, the consciousness principle is Purusha, and this expression is called Prakriti. Because of the Purusha, the Prakriti can function. This Purusha wedded to Prakriti. This Purusha wedded to Prakriti is the manifested expression of the entire pluralistic world of objects. Purusha expresses his vitality and manifests his omnipotency. Sarva Shaktimatva, omnipotency. Without, through the vehicles of expression, the Prakriti. And the vehicles of expression means Prakriti can never express themselves without being blessed by Purusha. Purusha can't express itself without Prakriti. Purusha can't function itself without Prakriti. That is why Uma Sahaya. Uma Sahaya. Lord and his consort. So, the Prakriti and Purusha wedded together, maintain among themselves, because wedding is not enough. You have to maintain it. So maintain among themselves a relationship similar to that of, of a flutist and his flute, or a writer and his pen. So neither a pen contains poetry, nor the flute contains music. And the poet and the musician doubtlessly do throb with poetry and music, but they cannot express them without the appropriate instruments. The flute of matter is thrilled by the spirit, and their issues of life, you can say, thundering forth its varied songs of joys and sorrows. So these concepts of Prakriti and Purusha are symbolized here as Uma and Parameshwara. Uma Sahaya Parameshwaram Prabhum. Uma is an instrument for Parameshwara to express himself. Parameshwara is the Lord and the Master. Prabhu, who is the substratum of the whole world. That is the Prabhu. Not only Prabhutva, not only ordering, not only ruling. Prabhu means see, that is the beauty. Prakrishta Rupena Bhu. Bhu means Bhavati in Sanskrit. Means who is the only consort, who is the only substratum. Prakrishta Rupena, like, Prasantam. Shantam means the calm, calmness. So, anyone is Shantam means who is calm, serene, tranquil. And Prasantam, Prakrishta Rupena Shantam, who is not only Shantam or calm, if you go to him or her or to it, our mind becomes calm with the holy association of that, that is Prasantam. Who is not only calm, who makes others calm, is Prasantam. Here also, Prabhu means Prakrishta Rupena Bhu, you can say. Bhu Dhatu. Bhu is the verbal root. Bhu means Bhavati, isness. The isness is the substratum of the whole world. Parameshwara is the Lord and the Master in each individual bosom. Our physical, mental, and intellectual experiences are not at all possible without the presence of life in us. You are, that is why the whole world is. If you are not, what is the value of the universe? When you are in the deep sleep, where is the universe? Where is the world? So if you want to enjoy this world physically, mentally, intellectually, economically, socially, there should be a life principle within you. Otherwise, you can't enjoy, experience. The spark of life, the spirit, thrills the vehicles of enabling us to live and again our various experiences. Again, so life, because of the life's experience, life principle, we gain various experiences every day and we live. He in whose presence all departments of activities function, in whose absence all activities get shut down, is the proprietor or master of any given institution. The self, the presiding life principle in us, is the divine master, Prabhu, who by his mere presence thrills the instruments to continue their activities rhythmically. The activities of perception, feelings, and thought. PFT in Gurudev's BMI chart, accordingly, it is PFT. Perception, feelings, and thought. So, this Parameshwara is described in Shiva Purana as three-eyed. Here also, in mantra, it is there, Trilochanam. Trilochanam. Bhagavan is Trilochanam, three-eyed. So, to the hasty readers who recognize not the law of symbolism, carrying as they do with them the traditional belief of some cheap career and religion. So, the three eyes, Trilochana or Trichakshu, represents Prema, Nyaya and Jnana. Prema, Nyaya and Jnana. So, while two eyes observe the duality or the plurality, the third one looks up to Advaita, the non-dual. So two mortal eyes, leather eyes, charma chakshu, observe this plural world, chair, table, airplane, sky, river, ocean, and the wisdom of knowledge. Sorry, the eyes of wisdom looks up the non-dual. Please don't think that it is here. It is not the physical eye that there should be a place. Like mind, to symbolize it, we say, Are dil se kam lo, man se karo. Do things with your heart. So it doesn't mean that our emotion and mind remains here only. This is the symbolification. Because mind, if you think in that way, then you can't match with the science. Suppose in the last toe, a very hungry mosquito bite over there. Can you understand or not? Of course, yes. Science says that here some motor nerves are there. Who tells you that there is a mosquito? Kill it. Or if that person is a Jain fellow, his motor nerves will tell, no, give a blow, let him fly. So mind, where is mind? Mind is everywhere. Likewise, the eyes of wisdom, because I have in many years ago, when I was a brahmachari of an institution, I have noticed one brahmachari, every day he used to rub here. It became red and swallowed. So our Swami, principal Swamiji, always used to, what are you doing? No, there is, then the secret came out that he wanted to open up his third eye, as the Lord Shiva is having what we see in the idol. Believe me, please believe me. I have witnessed. So that's dharma doesn't mean that sort of peculiar ideas. It is not here, it is everywhere. This is the eyes of intuition. So,